Well, my bad. I'm late. Well, sorry about that, guys. I'm a little late. Got occupied doing husband duties. Hope everybody's having a great day. My day was great. Went to go finally do a school in my own town, so that's good. Other than that, just waiting on my co-host to jump on here, and we should be live in a bit. Yeah, I was putting up some curtains. I lost track of time. So yeah. Yes, go over there real quick. No, go over there. Sorry, guys. Excuse me. Well, sorry about that. Woo! Jesus. All right, here we go. All right, man. Just bad timing, bro.
Dude, no,
Bad
you're
timing.
good.
um, but anyway, you ready to start the show? We're a little late.
Yeah.
All right. What's up, everybody? Boy, Johnny Blades in the episode of The Dark Truth with my co-host, Shady J.
What
Sorry, let me
up?
repeat that. The Dark Truth Podcast. All right, here we go. Um, Dude, sorry, man. How was your day?
Okay, so my day was pretty awesome. Hold on, to answer George real quick, I was gonna make a post when you got yours, but I got
Yeah,
mine right here.
yeah. Dang it. That's it, man. I'm telling you, I've been running with my head cut off, and that's what I was gonna wear tonight.
Okay, so these are the ones I don't wear. The ones that are signed, I don't even wear them. I just keep them up.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, you wear them on the show.
Right, right.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, but I start to sweat, so it's like, you know,
Whew.
I don't
Well,
want to ruin it.
so you got your hat in today, or
I got it in, I think it was last week.
okay?
And I haven't made a post yet, but I was gonna make one. But I
I got
wanted to make sure you got yours too. So it was one of those
yeah.
things.
I
I
got
was gonna do it
my
like a post on the, page or whatever.
yeah. I got mine on Wednesday. I'm sorry, not Wednesday. Sorry, Monday. Sorry, I got my days confused.
Be like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I got mine on Monday, and that was it, man. But I don't want to give it. Is Carlos in already? Let's see here.
He's probably not even watching yet.
Not yet. All right. Well, we'll give him a little bit of time to warm up. I'm
Right.
pretty sure he got a good episode for us. But I forgot to ask. I mean, I asked you about your day, but you only talked about your hat. How was your day?
So my day was good. We did a full strip of retent on a what was it, a '06 Mustang today, and it was like the clear liner was off on it already. The back glass had like patches here and there. The defroster was already, messed up or whatever. And I was like, well, you know what that means. Just took them all off, dude. And I was like, it's done for. It's already
Yeah,
done for.
yeah.
But did that and then had two doors and a windshield on a new Yukon, which was nice. Um, Other than that, didn't really do anything, but just got done playing some Ninja Turtles with Paxton before I got on the show because he was like, "Hey, you want to play Ninja Turtles?" And I was like, "Yep." Then it had to update, which is crazy because it's just a side-scrolling game. So it's like, what did you have to update? Like, it's nothing crazy.
Oh, are you talking about Shredder's Revenge?
Yeah, dude, it's so fun.
Yeah, me and Vicente are playing it right now.
Dude, all right, we've beaten it once on easy, and now we're doing normal, and then we're gonna do hard. So it's like now
Cowabunga.
we're like halfway through the normal mode, right? And so, dude, he's always Michelangelo because
Yep.
he's all the way leveled out to 10. I've been using Casey Jones because once you beat the campaign, you get Casey Jones as a character, and he's pretty fun to use.
He's
Just
the
saying.
one with the hockey mask, right?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And so he's got a hockey stick and like he has a golf club. It's fun. And like his special is like a whole bunch of crazy shit.
yeah.
But yeah, so that was, really fun because that's always fun. Every time we play, dude, it's like I feel like a kid again. We're just kicking ass. And he's like, whoa, I beat him,
Yo,
I
whoever's
beat
sending the
him.
stars, we really appreciate it.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
what?
yeah, we're getting stars, dog.
Yo,
We finally
thanks,
got.
Richard.
Do we need to have
Appreciate that.
Carlos on more often, bro?
Right? Well, it's because we just made it to where we can get them, stuff
Okay.
like that. So,
Yeah.
which is
Well, hopefully
dope,
we could. Yeah, hopefully we can save up enough to send to buy more better equipment, better
dude.
mics
Right? We
and
can
stuff,
get, dude. One day we can get Starlink. You know what I'm
bro.
saying?
Fingers crossed, bro.
With the stars, bro. Starlink.
Yeah. No, thank you, Richard. Um, which we need to have
Which,
him
by the
on, huh?
way, jeez, just they keep flooding in, dude.
I
Those
know.
were not for Carlos. Okay, appreciate it. Well,
Let's
here we
see here.
go.
Not yet. He's not on yet, man. Is he gonna just keep us waiting here? We all want answers. We all want questions. We all have questions. Like, I mean, I have a couple questions, but I kind of understand the whole concept. Oh, we got the champs in the building too.
Uh-oh. Shit.
Uh,
Everybody hide your squeegees.
yeah. No, the the uh the
Oops.
competition wise, the Tinter Battles, from what I'm understanding, is it's flat glass oriented, but he is bringing
Right.
the heat shrink battles.
Still having heat shrink.
Yeah, so we're waiting. We're just he's gonna keep us.
And here recently, Papi Eliu just got announced for Team Autobahn for heat shrink,
There you
which
go.
is, which is like, dude, that's a big, that's a big competitor, dude.
All right, we
You've
sending
seen his
the
videos.
we're sending the invites, and the invite has been sent. The moment we've been waiting for. The
Dude,
answers
Richard's,
will be answered, and yours
Ah,
truly,
there you go.
Mr. Squeegee himself, with the
What's up,
guitar.
everybody?
what's
You
Oh,
got
up?
you got a little
just
tune for us, bro?
I was about to say, what do I need a campfire right now? Do we need to sing Kumbaya?
dude,
And
we might as well, man. Like, it's funny. So let me tell you a story. This is my usual guitar that I practice on. Actually, I want to give a shout out to David Carley because he was the one that got me into this band. If you guys know who this band is, you're gonna be my best friend.
I don't know that band.
Really, Grateful Dead? Never heard of them?
Yeah.
Grateful Dead. I've heard of them, yeah, but I don't know. I can't recognize the insignia.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
one of
like
those.
the skull with the lightning going through the forehead.
Oh, okay, yeah. I got you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
funny thing is,
Go ahead.
well, funny thing is today we were on a consult for flat glass, and I'm going in there, and it's a pretty nice house, like it's a big nice house, and I'm going in there and I'm seeing guitars like all over the place, like guitars and ukuleles and stuff. So I'm asking this guy, I was like, "Do you play guitar?" And he's like, "I try to." And it's usually when somebody says that, it's like
Oh yeah, of
they're
course,
full of
dude. You
shit.
know they're
Like,
badass.
yeah, exactly. They're like, and I
Yeah,
told him straight up, I'm like, all right, you're either really good or you're being honest. And then,
yeah.
he ends up bringing his guitar out, and we end up getting along pretty well. But he's asking for a discount, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, you're gonna trade in some guitars? And he goes, well, which one do you like? And I came across this one right here, which is like a smaller one. So you see these two,
Okay.
this one right here, and I ended up buying it from him.
Hell yeah, dude. Hey, it happens, right?
I went to sell him tint, and he sold me on a freaking guitar.
Hey, my man can sell ice to an Eskimo probably.
Well, it's happened. It's happened to me. I go in there trying to be their window tinter at the car dealership. Come out with a
Yeah.
Pacifica. So it happens to everybody.
Dude, it
Oh,
was
that's
fun.
great.
We got along pretty good, but it's not that difficult to have sold me on this thing because whenever I went to SEMA, I was trying to take this thing up there, but I had heard a lot of bad stories, with the travel, and I ended up taking the
Oh, like
ukulele.
crushing it and shit.
Yeah, like crushing it, or
Yeah,
maybe getting turned down at the plane because it's too big for carry-on. So I
right.
ended up taking the ukulele because I just wanted to go have fun. Like if I was by myself, I wanted to have fun by myself in the
Okay, so
hotel room. So
what brought on the string instruments? I know you've played the tuba, right?
yeah.
Tuba?
Yeah, tuba and trumpet, like the
Yeah,
brass
little
instruments, but
brass, yeah.
it's
So you
several
just kind
things,
of
man.
transitioned to some strings or
Yeah, Yeah, and so the thing was, whenever I left college, and I wanted to keep playing music because it's just something that's like it's a passion of mine. But the thing is, whenever it's like on a trumpet or on a tuba, you have to have other people to play with you, and I didn't have that
Right,
anymore because I
right,
didn't go to school with them. So to me, like the real only instrument that was portable enough that you could actually create a whole concert by yourself was really an acoustic guitar, and that was always like my
right.
kryptonite because it's like six strings and all these different frets and like how do you possibly learn this? But thankfully this past summer with David Carley, he took me out to a Dead and Company concert, which is like the new version of the Grateful Dead of what the original ones were.
Really?
And yeah, so and John Mayer was one of the performers on there, and dude, I went to that concert and it just blew my mind. Like I didn't know that kind of culture existed amongst like 30,000 people that were in attendance, but
Yeah.
everybody was collectively there for like the same thing. They were there to have a great time, and the vibe and energy was just like so laid back, and it blew my mind. And after that, it's when I started to pick up a lot of the Grateful Dead music, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take up the guitar like for real. I'm not gonna give up on this one this time.
Is it
But
fun?
yeah, it's a creative outlet, and it's also like I mean, it's an emotional outlet too, because like there are times the guitar is so versatile, so you can play blues, you can play something that's got you feeling down. I mean, it can be so many things, and it's such an outlet. And oftentimes you need an outlet when you have energies inside you.
Right.
So, the guitar is just like a means of it. Some people will play pool, others play video games. Like, for me, it's music. Like, I love doing music. So,
Hell yeah, dude.
That's
I
awesome.
yeah,
love it. I didn't know you fucking plucked at the strings, dude. That's awesome.
yeah, I started to really take it a lot more serious since the summertime.
That's good. It's
I
good
haven't
to
put
have
it
a
down.
hobby that's hard. You know what I mean? Like something that's difficult that you have to like you don't have to learn from the ground up because you have a musical background, but you have to like figure out how to work that instrument type thing, you know?
It's like a video game that you'll never beat or master. And
Yeah,
there's like a beauty in that because you have to be patient. You can't get impatient with something you'll never master. I mean, you could
right.
get really good at it technically. I guess you can master, but you can't perfect it. It's a
I
video
like
game
it.
you'll never beat. So
I
it's a
like that.
never-ending journey. I see
Yeah.
like Kyle Whalen, he commented like fishing. Fishing is one of those activities that I haven't experienced it in a way that I see why people like it. Does that make sense?
Okay, so it's relaxing for sure. I
What's
mean, it's
like, but
super relaxing.
what's the relaxing part?
It's
So,
quiet usually, and like you just hear animals and the wind. Like it's
Yeah.
just really relaxing.
so for
Does it
me,
like bring you to the present moment?
Oh, dude, you're just literally captured in all the little sounds around you. Because, like Johnny will tell you, my house, like where I'm at, the trees talk. So, like, if it's almost dark and you're fishing, dude, you just start hearing these crickets and frogs and like birds and things moving around. You hear distant noises, and you're like, "Oh, what's that?" But you're
Yeah.
like, "Ah, it's not a big deal, probably." And it just starts to, you just hear these background noises while you're just watching, either the bobby or you're watching your reel going in, stuff like that. It's just you get caught in that moment and you're like, man, this is great. Like this is a good time.
it's so if you don't have the fancy equipment to find out where they're at, you're tossing bait to the unknown, and it's kind of
Right.
like and nothing else matters. Like how you lose yourself in a guitar or a song, fishing is like that to me, where you cast your bait to the unknown, and then you're just waiting for signs and clues of, like, for instance, you'll start seeing your rod, do this little movement, and then it's like, hey, I got something biting, and you
Right.
kind of take and it kind of helps me with the business because, and I've shared this with you too, Carlos. It's like once it's hooked, your rod is literally gonna just fold over, and I mean bend over, and you're gonna reel in this monster or a small fish. But the fight, you have a little fight in there, and then in that moment, nothing matters. But to get
Nope.
that, your
Hell yeah.
your caveman instinct in you
Yeah.
comes out,
I
or
need the
your
food. Yeah.
yeah, your what's it called? You're like whatever. But
Your primal instinct.
yeah, your primal instinct is to get your food, right?
Yep.
And then nothing else matters from there. That fight, I've heard people kind of consider it kind of like jujitsu, where nothing else matters but trying to get out of a, get out
Yeah.
of a chokehold.
Hey,
So once
all
you're
I
really,
heard All I heard is nothing else matters on Metallica. Let's go. No, I'm kidding.
No, yeah. So that's what to me. That's
Yeah.
what brings the joy, and that's what's relaxing. But yeah, it could be boring when you're in a bad spot. Again, you're casting your bait to the unknown. You
Right.
can't see, you know, unless you have like really clear waters. You can't really see inside. You know, so you're just like, well, whatever. I'm just gonna cast it here and then see what happens. You know, of course, you could buy equipment that can
Right,
tell
but
you where the
also,
fish are at and stuff like that.
yeah, but you can also like calculate it on like if there's some like an overhanging branch or if there's like a stump or like a little cluster of grass, you know, it's like okay, maybe there's more over there because there's like cover, you know. And that's what's cool about that idea of like casting into the unknown. Like even though you don't know if there's some there, it gives you like you have a hint of like that might be where I can get something. You're like I could maybe catch something over here, you know,
Yep.
instead of like, you know, I just cast in the middle, dude, and I'm like, we'll just see what happens.
Yo, so like I've seen fishing competitions. I don't understand it. Like I thought fishing is more kind of like if you don't use any equipment and you're just casting it out there, I feel
Oh
like it's
yeah,
just like you just get lucky, right?
Yeah,
I
that
mean
sounds like a
sometimes,
Kyle Whalen question.
right?
I know Kyle's been dropping them comments like he knows a lot about this fishing stuff.
I think he has a separate deal going on. I don't know. I may be, you know, speaking out of my butt, but I think he has something with fishing or something like that.
He
If
said it's
you,
called live scope, like it. I guess it tells you where the fish are at or whatever.
yeah,
My
Does that
sister's fiance actually did competitive bass fishing.
yeah.
And so he like just goes out there and tries to catch as many big ones as he can. He probably has all that set up and stuff, you know, and he knows where they're at on these certain lakes and stuff like that. But he's won some money with it. So like he goes out there for the thrill of it. You know how like some tenters will like tent because they enjoy it, and then some do it because they want to compete and win. Like it's the same kind of thing. Like this, he goes and he wants to win money, but then also when he goes to have fun and like you know fish with my sister, like they relax and have a good time and just out there catching some fucking monster bass and shit, dude.
Does
And it's
he
like it's
does
kind
he
of the same
yeah.
kind of thing, you know what I mean? Like with any kind of hobby slash, you know, all that
I was,
stuff.
I was gonna say, like, does having the equipment to find the fish better and make it more efficient to catch, does that take away like a bit of the fun or the excitement of
For
waiting
me,
and
it
getting
would for
exciting?
sure.
Yeah,
For me,
yeah.
it would 1,000%.
because
But if
I feel
you,
like part of the fun is a chase or the kind of the sit and wait game, so we finally get
The,
that
the
wiggle. You're like,
unknown.
oh shit, you know?
Yeah. Like
yeah,
Johnny was saying, like the unknown of it for me, like he was saying, is like the best part because you're like, I don't know if I'm gonna catch shit. I'm just out here to enjoy the moment. And like if you get a fish, that's cool. Like if you're more into like catching multiple fish, yeah, it'd be nice to have the cool equipment and stuff like that because you like to fight and all that stuff. But if you're in for like the just having a good moment and having fun with it,
Yeah.
I wouldn't prefer something like that. But that's just me.
And we need more stuff. I feel like we need more like hangout activities, like outdoors, away from tent and away from work and stuff like that. Like
Hell yeah.
find like connect outside of just doing like window tent because the window tent is like what brings us a lot of us together. But I'm noticing that a lot more people that I meet throughout the the communities in the window tinting world is there's similar hobbies and like it's cool to be able to connect with somebody else like that, and I've had that with many people, but lately, a lot of it for me has been with David Carley and the guitars and Grateful Dead music and stuff like that. And like we don't
Right.
really even talk about tint anymore. Like we talk about mostly is music
Yep.
and so it's I feel like maybe pretty cool to have some type of like outdoor something, got I mean like get a couple of it and just go outdoors and or something like go hiking or camping out or something like that. That'd be pretty cool.
wait,
I agree.
could this be like a hidden subliminal thing that you're
No.
putting in that could be at Tinter Battles? Is there a charter?
No.
No, no.
No,
We're
but
going on a 25-mile ruck. We gotta camp out in the woods.
yeah, like we're gonna have a dinner battle at the top of a mountain, right?
Yeah, survival, like a survival camp.
Yeah. No,
Hey,
it's
dude,
cool,
hey,
man.
tinted and afraid. You know what I mean?
Oh God.
Oh yeah, that'd be funny. That'd be funny.
Oh,
What
jeez.
would, how would we start it? Just have like your bare essentials of window tinting and
I
survival
mean,
kit?
I like it's gonna be your survival kit that can, but it has to be only window tinting tools. I
Yeah.
don't
I
Oh,
know.
mean, but
dude,
I mean, you would have to like
bro.
take a door off a car and then hike up a mountain and set it up,
Jesus
and it has to
Christ.
be a roll down. Has to be a roll down. I don't know.
Or like build a parachute out of window tint and try it out. No.
I think we'll have more luck
Have
with
a
a
damn
glider.
have a wingsuit. Like
Yeah.
that'd be funny.
Yeah.
He
Well,
said I call
Carlos,
the red dot.
Carlos,
Right.
the question everybody's kind of confused,
Okay.
not confused, or what's like explain the tenor battles to us. I have an 80% concept of what's going on, but knowing you, I don't know.
Well, like, I mean, what is specific? There are certain things that I have to, like we're still waiting on releasing, finalizing certain things, but there's a lot that I can talk about now. It's just,
Okay,
what
so
specific questions?
what's the main focus of Tinter Battles and the competitions as a whole?
The main focal point this year is flat glass, and there's a few reasons for it. It's not that there isn't any automotive involved. We still have heat shrink battles
Right.
coming up. There is one other automotive contest that we are finalizing that I still can't release yet. But a lot of the focal point when it comes to competitions is flat glass, and there's several reasons for it. I've been, a lot of us been noticing like a trend with more people wanting to get into flat, and with more interest building in flat glass, it's kind of exposing a little bit that there's a space to fill with flat glass education and flat glass. Just know-how and knowledge. Like it's a lot of people that want to get into it don't really either they don't know how to get into it, they don't know how to build a business out of it, or they don't have like the technical training of it. So,
Right.
there's more teams that are getting into it. There's more companies getting into it now, but there's still a lot of space to fill when it comes to the educational part of it. And so, I would call it, entertainment's version of filling for that space is to bring the entertainment with
Right.
sprinkled on really the reality of is the educational part of it. So
Right.
Tinter Battles 2024 is a lot of it is bringing in like a much needed breath of fresh air to the glass, to the world of architectural window tinting. So this is our version of
Nice.
answering a need that we're seeing coming up in the industry.
Okay, so is this because of the high demand in the past at Tinter Battles for you to include flag glass? And instead of just including it, just
Is that
making it the focal point?
is that me?
Yeah. You pass your
You have a
bedtime.
pager, bro?
I don't know what
That
Is
sounds like
that
happened.
an
a
alarm.
pager, dog? Hold on. Is that a pager, bro?
No, I don't know what happened. That's
Sound
weird.
like a
Oh,
pager, dude.
what was the question?
I was just saying, like, okay, so did you make the focal point flat glass based on the previous years and people saying you need to incorporate more flat glass? Or is it just because of, like
Uh,
you said, like you've seen more people wanting to get into it?
It's more of the latter.
Right,
There's definitely interest in evolving it, and I've always been a belief like changes no matter what. Like whether you like it or not, change is going to happen. So you got to evolve with the times, and the product has to evolve too. So there was, like I said, there was a meeting, like there was a demand that I was starting to see with like flat glass and with tinter battles. One of the most exciting parts for me personally is to be able to create something new and test it and
right,
put it out, see how it does. And so I felt like this was a much needed evolution that needed to happen to add to the whole Tinner Battles like events and stuff like that. But it's also to fill in a space and actually have a lot of substance behind not only just the entertainment,
right,
but there's an actual need that we could potentially really help people in a significant way that they could change their lives or enhance their lives whenever they go through this 3-day experience. So yeah, I
oh
would say
yeah,
it's a little bit of both, but mostly it's been more for meeting a certain demand, creating impact for people, and evolving what is Tenor Battles.
nice. Because every year it's been different, so I
Every year
like
is
it.
different. Yeah,
The continued changes and growth. I love it. Like, you know,
yeah. Every year
it's
has been
awesome.
different. Every year has been different. Like even the different themes, different colors, different energies, different vibes.
Logos, yeah,
Yeah, like dude, I look back at a lot of the stuff, and it's just it's fun to watch how certain things come about.
yeah,
Like going from Tinter Battles 21, and like that event was so special. when I look back at the content, and everybody was there for the first time, just all coming together. We were helping Donnie Dixon at the time too.
Yep.
And then we had 2022, which like a new roster of what I call Tinter superstars. And then
They're
that
above
was,
you over there.
yeah, right up here.
I think we
These
might be
guys.
on there. I don't know.
Of
Maybe.
course, yeah. Yeah, you're on there with Jorge
The
and then
two
Johnny.
teams that didn't finish.
Well, I mean, you two guys. And then Johnny's moment with the mariachi playing there, like
Dude, the
that was
best.
it
Loved
was
it.
it was wild, man. Like it was something special. And then 2023 with Amelia Island and the whole vibe of
Yeah,
it
that
was
was
just
fun.
the getaway of a lifetime.
That
You
was
know, it
fun.
was that event. You know what's funny is I never really got to see the show from the audience perspective. Being in the middle of it all, I never got to see
Right.
it until recently that I started going through a lot of the content. And I've started really, for me, and I'm saying this biased, but not biased at all, because I'll argue this with anybody, anytime, just send location. But I feel like that event, what we put on that event and everything that went into it, when I see the content back, now that I'm disconnected from it, I'm like, holy smokes, dude.
Dude, it was
Like,
wild, man. It was
it,
wild.
it was something that was like just truly remarkable. Like I look back at the content now, sometimes I get a little teary-eyed just how it all came together, and like me knowing everything, that all the efforts that went behind it, and somehow you go into this thing and it just sort of kind of does this, and then all of a sudden it is what it is. And so it
It
was
was a
really
lot of
special.
fun.
Yeah, it was really special. And then, like, this coming year in 2024 is the year of the dragon. So a little
Right. I
surprise,
see
surprise.
what you did now. Okay, that makes
Well,
sense.
that's I would credit that over to
Hold on,
Carrie.
I'll be right back.
She's the I don't know what you would call it, designing genius. But what's he up to? He goes to the restroom. Hey,
He's like,
vamos a
bro,
hablar,
he's like,
vamos a hacer el podcast en español para toda la raza. No, just
yeah. Este momento del podcast es avisado por Telemundo. No, Carlos, yeah, I mean, yeah, you blow us away every year, man. I'm excited for this year because last year I wasn't able to make it. So this year it pushes me to, to go, like I'm like, I don't want to miss
Flag
this one.
class, dude.
And plus I already got my mariachi connect, my plug is already there, so
yeah.
never know. No, I'm just kidding. But like yeah, like I look back at that time and it was a very fun time. It was a very fun time. I wish I could say more about Amelia Island if I didn't go, but my man Shady went. What?
Dude.
Yeah, dude.
So,
go ahead.
Amelia Island was great, man. We took the whole family. My grandma came. Like it was great. Like her seeing everything that I've talked about when it comes to these events and shit, and like for her to be there with the whole family, like it was really special, like seeing it. And then like competing, actually finishing, not getting placed or whatever, which is fine. But like looking over, my kids are like, yeah. Like it was really dope.
I remember you would talk about a moment when you walked out and you hugged, is it your daughter?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you hugged her, and I only heard it from when you would talk about it, but I recently came across that little content piece today,
Dude.
and you walked out of it and just, two-arm hug, and I was like, oh, that was the moment that Shady was talking
Yep.
about. So
Yeah.
I finally got to see it now.
And then Jessica had the video of doing that and then panning over to her afterwards, and she's just like, super excited, and I'm like, fuck yeah, man. I was like, that's dope.
That's
Like,
what it's
super
about,
dope.
man. That's what
It
it's
really
about.
is, because that's what Tinter Battles means, honestly, to me. Is like family, literally family, like not just your blood family, but your Tinter family. Like coming together, having a great time. Like,
well, see, that's
just crushing it.
When we mention the fostering of relationships, you got to create an environment where like relationship like that could, sprout and grow, because the environment is really what sets the tone for a lot of those moments to happen. And so it's one of the, I would say probably one of the top efforts from the entertainment team and the people that are involved in putting these events together is we always talk about impact, what's going to create the maximum impact.
Right.
And it's moments like those that really make it all the worthwhile. But this coming year that we have in back in Orlando, and we're going back to Tinter Battles 2022, but it's Wiz Castle, so it's gonna be, it's gonna be a whole lot different. And so,
yep,
yeah, like a lot of what's really been taking off has been a social media content online. It's been connecting with all kinds of people from all kinds of backgrounds. And if you, for anybody that really wants to verify this, go to the Entertainment Network page on Facebook, not the group. There's a private group and then there is a public page. They're two different things. Go to the
Yeah.
public page and then go through the comment section and you'll see like all kinds of languages. Thank God for Google Translate, dude, because if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be able to communicate with them. But we're in there. We're communicating with them and people are like the demand is there for window tinting competitions in a way that I underestimated. I didn't think like, when you see all these people that they didn't even know window tint competitions existed, period. So the fact that this is reaching people like that in all kinds of countries,
That's
South
awesome, man.
America, like Asian countries, like Middle Eastern countries, everywhere, dude, it's crazy. Like, it's crazy. We've been getting messages from places that they want us to host there. So, we'll see what the future holds. But right
Yeah.
now it's Tinter Battles 24.
So my
Right.
question is, since it's we're at it's the clash of something,
Clash
right?
at the Castle. Yeah.
Clash at the test. So whoever wins, instead of a belt, do they get a crown?
Crown.
No, we're still having we're gonna be what do you call it? Unveiling new belts, new flat glass belts. But
Oh,
this is the one
nice.
thing. This is the one thing I gotta keep my mouth shut
Are
because
they black?
it's no, we'll see. But it's Tinter Battles, dude. So the flat glass Tinter Battles competition that we're having, it's not gonna be your traditional style one window and you install. No, no, no. If you're gonna be
Oh
considered the best,
God.
you're gonna be tested. Let's just put it that way. You're gonna be tested, and it ain't just gonna be like, I mean, Johnny, flat glass isn't the hardest thing in the world, bro. Like if you have it's a flat piece of glass and you're putting a film on there, so like you really want to be tested on it, you gotta throw a couple plot twists along the way. So
Yeah.
we have a pretty huge surprise when it comes to that sort of stuff. Like everybody's gonna be like when you see it.
Yeah.
I'm
But
trying to
Because
catch. I'm trying to catch some keywords here.
you
nah,
gotta
I'm not
level you
dropping
gotta
any.
kind of level the playing field because there's a lot of auto guys that want to get into flat and they might like and then they see let's just say they see Chuck or they see somebody famous, a flat glass guy, um and they're like, oh snap, I'm going against that guy. Like, nah, never mind, I don't know, I don't want to compete, because they're not. But I feel like if you level the playing field, it's like, oh, okay, everyone has a chance. Everybody, and I know, knowing you, you're really, really fair.
Oh
Not
no,
pretty
he's
fair, but you're
gonna
really fair.
he's gonna
How
up
things
it, dude.
get.
You gotta hang off a ladder upside down and
Nah.
Yeah. No, I was like, since
That's
we're big wrestling fans, I was like, man, it'd be cool. Like you finish a window and you gotta climb for the belt. You know what I mean? To climb the ladder
tables,
for the
ladders,
belt.
and chairs, baby. That's all you
Yeah,
can use to install film.
oh right,
yeah.
yeah.
And if two people, finish at the same time, you could just push the ladder. I mean, they'll have to
Oh
sign a
yeah,
waiver. You know what I mean?
Dude, like
I like this.
the one contest that I really enjoy watching as a fan, like disconnected from the content and just from the watching perspective, is heat shrink battles. I love the energy of heat shrink battles, and that's the one that this coming year we're adding a lot more time so that we can have a lot more rounds. And one person in particular, Eliu, like it's evaded him for the last 2 years, but
Yeah, yeah,
this
yeah.
time this time I can guarantee everybody, including Ellie, he will be competing at the heat ring battles because dude,
Yeah,
like legitimately, I'm not. This is no fluff. I want to know the best shrinkers. Like I want to see the best shrinkers. I want to see, like, as a fan of the sport of window tinting, I want to see the best shrinkers compete. So I definitely like Ellie's been slaying down some content and like the way from the content that I see, the videos that I've seen him, he is
but
by one of the smoothest shrinker that I've ever seen. I'm like, that
but
guy needs to be competing.
his setup takes a while. That's the only thing. Like it takes him a while to set it up to shrink like that. I've seen it. Okay, he's
Oh
told me
yeah.
about this. I know the somewhat of the technique, not the actual technique, but he's talked about like quadrants. And when I watch his videos, I'm like, oh, I see what he's doing now. And
Mm,
it's like literally, it's like a reverse pocket shrink, dude, is what it
Yeah.
looks like to me. And it's like, huh,
yeah.
see what he's
Well,
doing there.
I don't know.
But
Lumar.
it's the angle and everything and like how he uses the torch, dude. It's just like you watch it and you're just like, damn, I wish I could do it that good.
Dude, like
Like,
so I've been enjoying a lot of the conversations and comments that people are having in the heat ring battles content because that's why what makes the heat ring battles probably my favorite competition out of them all. It's the fact that the rules are simple. Like we know it's not highly restrictive, so we allow
yo,
the
just do
tinners
what you
to
do.
really Yeah, express
Yeah,
yourself more. I don't care if you bring a lighter. If you smoke people on a lighter, that to me is like, who would have thought, you know? Just
right.
like in 2022 when you had Julian Guzman like smoking people on the $25 Wagner, and you know he was going up
Yeah,
against Steinos and torches, and he was still beating them. I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool. And then 2023, you had Domi and Fernando Sainz like pulling
yeah.
the
The pull
film,
string.
like
Yeah,
final, yeah, which
the
is
stretch.
dude, I've been doing this for close to 20 years. I never would have seen that. And it's funny, you know, like what's very funny about that is whenever those videos like are the video where Fernando Sainz is pulling it, that was closing in on like 400,000 views on Facebook. But you look at down in the comments, and the people that are hating on it are the ones that are saying you'll never be able to install that and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
dude,
That's not
here's
the
the
point
thing.
of the thing. Yeah,
Well, no, but here's the thing, like if it's laying down on the exterior without the assistance of adhesive, it's gonna lay down on the interior. Like, and that's been
right.
it's always been my argument. And Johnny, you remember whenever I shrunk it with my flamethrower. Remember? And then I laid it in there and it laid. Remember?
Yeah.
So I
Oh
was
yeah, that
calling BS on
17
that. Yeah,
second shrink.
Yeah,
yeah, that
because
was
I mean, just a little backstory on that, because we're like, hey, bro, I'm gonna bring this damn torch, and I'm like, I'm gonna try to like, well, try it on your vehicle, and I mean, it
yeah.
did work. I was really surprised. Like, what was it, 2 seconds? Like, the first
It's
ones were
yeah.
crispy, but the third one, but the
Yeah,
third
but
one, I was like, wow, that worked.
you know, like the argument that a lot of a lot of experienced sinners were making is that when you shrink it that way, you put a type of tension on it where the film's not going
Right.
to stick on the inside. And I call it BS because my theory has always been if it's laying on the outside without the help of adhesive tacking it, it'll lay on the inside once the adhesive starts to set in. And
Right.
so, I mean, it, it wasn't as smooth as if you took a normal heat gun, but the point is that you could flamethrower basically, you could flame shrink a
Yeah.
window and it'll still lay.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's like it's been my favorite contest just because the amount of versatility and the amount of like just you just never know. You never know.
Unpredictability and shit people can do. You know.
Not only that, but when you get like these, you almost get like these fantasy feuds. You know what I mean? Like Marco coming up in Montana, like that one was one that I thought in 2022 I was so excited when they got drawn to compete. And then
Right.
2023 we made it happen again and it was no contest. And so they're coming back for 2024 on the trilogy. Like there will be
Yeah. The settler, the
oh yeah.
deciding heat shrink battle. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's
It's
So
your
like
I
who's
love
your
them.
money on?
I got
Ooh,
I got Marco.
I don't know. That's a good one.
I don't know because
Man, I don't
Marco's
know.
kind of been out of the actual install game. He's a rep now,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, Marco, like who knows? Marco
Montana's still
might be
been.
a yeah, Montana's been putting in that daily
We
work.
might
I
need
feel like
some. We might need some videos of their training. Just saying.
that you know what? That's actually a pretty good idea. We
Where's the
might have
reporting squeegee when you need him, bro?
the reporting squeegee, I could say he would definitely be making a return to Tinter Battles 2024. Just like
Nice,
he was in
nice.
23, he'll be there in 2024. So that was finalized today, actually. So,
Nice.
but I don't know. I would if I'm gonna have to put a guess. Oh, dude, I don't know. It's like trying to choose between two fingers that somebody asks, which one would you want to chop off? I'm like, neither. I don't know. I don't know, dude. I'm in it. All I know is that
Take
all I
a
know is that
peeky.
it's going to be exciting to watch. That's it. It's going to be super exciting to watch, and you know, it's not going to be just one round. We're doing 3 rounds with both of
Nice.
those guys. So
Okay, so when it comes to the actual heat shrink competition, can you talk more about how that's going to go down? Like, if they're going to be rounds, like, is it going to be two people and then two more people, or is it going to be like the person who wins goes against the next person?
so it's in 2022. Remember, we had it more like elimination series. It's kind of like
Yeah,
Royal
yeah,
Rumble style. So you stayed until you won the whole thing, or
yeah.
you got defeated in the other. So we'll be doing a combination of both. You know, like the main goal for us is to allow as many people to compete, you know, for these heat shrink battles. However, the excitement of it was also that you can rack up an undefeated streak. And as it stands right now, the person that's got the highest undefeated streak is Montana. When he went, I believe it was 6-0 or 7-0, and then lost against Marco. So Montana was
Yeah.
smoking people, but I think he's got the highest streak. So we want to allow the competition to have someone, you know, give someone the opportunity to beat that. Can somebody go 10-0? I don't
Right.
know.
In my opinion, I think it's like an endurance factor, though. Like you
It
get
is.
tired after a while, bro. I mean, it's
Oh
not
yeah.
Well,
the heat gun, but also the unrolling of the film and carrying the box, stuff like that, and
Yep.
always
that
staying in
part
that.
that part I'm tweaking a little bit. You know, the taking the film out of the box and then rolling it on the glass, that takes up time that I felt like didn't really add much to the competition, in my opinion. I feel like so this year, whenever we are launching the heat shrink battles back again, the competitors that are going to be on standby, they're going to have, you know, their film already rolled up, so that whenever the previous round finishes up, they're ready to move in. They already got film in hand, and it's just three, two,
Nice.
one, shrink, and that's going to cut some time off to allow more people to compete. So,
Yeah,
you
and
know,
less
like
handling errors, stuff like that.
pretty
Keep
much,
it
yeah.
focused more on shrink than
More on the
yeah,
shrink, exactly.
yeah.
Because that's ultimately what we want to see. That's what I want to see. I want to see the
Dude,
actual technical shrink, not some
what about
technicality disqualification.
what about having all like have a bunch of back glasses plotted out, right? To where they have to shrink it inside the border. You know what I'm saying?
Like
Yeah,
computer plotted.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, because you
To where
kind
it's
of like
like
you already know where it needs to be to where it needs
right,
to
where
be
it needs to shrink
shrank.
too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just an
Mm.
idea. To
I'll
where you
leave
can
that up
have
to
it
you,
all.
Carlos.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I just have random ideas. Just throwing it
No,
out there.
but no, man, we respect the fact that you are the originator of bringing the window tinting community together. So you know, relationships had already been formed before the battles,
Yeah.
and then you just made this big old click. You know what? When before it felt like there was a bunch of different clicks, you made a click to where everybody's easy to come up to, ask questions, talk about stuff. I mean, a lot of stuff came out of 2021. Still to this day, my favorite one was 2021. Only reason why I say that is because I was a spectator, and you
Right.
know,
Me
and
too.
this year, like if I don't get compete or I do compete, like I'm gonna try to enjoy more spectating because I like
Right.
seeing people. We're all good tenders. Like let's just call it that. You know, we're all good tenders back home. We're the
Yep.
best in our own shop. You know what I mean? But once you when you get in a you know
Yeah.
you know seeing
Pissing
people
contest.
out of their comfort zone, it it shows like okay, this is awesome. This guy's coming out of his shell and he's in here and he's whooping ass. You know what I mean? And then you know, it's just what I like seeing people have fun now, and uh, and that's
You
what I
know,
want to see this year.
that was part of the Jordan's, like, to me, the way that I saw him first going into these events to seeing him now, I felt like
Gang gang.
he came out of a shell. Yeah. So
Yeah, definitely.
dude, I love seeing that growth in people. And Cody Becker's another guy that comes to mind. Like, I remember
Oh,
seeing
for
him
sure.
in 2021, this, like, you know, chubby kid, and at the time, and so now, you know, what he's doing with his career now, and obviously his health too, he's really turned it around. And like being surrounded with people that are growth minded like that, you see other people growing in their own
Yep.
journeys and directions, like that's inspiring to, you know, yourself too. Give Mike Powell saying he's still in the shell. No way. Mike Powell, world champion.
Okay, so it's like okay, so it's okay. I'll describe Tinder Battles as this. Like if you go in there with the mentality that you're going to like not transform, but like grow more and you want to see what everybody else has to offer in a sense of like who they are as a tenor and what they've done successfully and what they do and project and stuff like that. And then you like have it in your mind to like do something about what you do. You're definitely going to come out of that event and go like, yo, I could be a badass. Like it's easy. Like you just got to put in the work. Like that's the
Yeah.
hard part though. Like you can know what it is, but the hard part is actually doing the shit and
Yeah.
like putting yourself out there and like because I definitely have done that since then because it's just I enjoy it. Like we
Yeah.
have a podcast, like it's fun. I enjoy seeing, like you said, other people. Like I've seen numerous people grow over the past 3 years that I've like talked to in the beginning, and they're like super hesitant on doing anything, and now they're doing way more than I've ever done, and I'm like, yes, you did it. Like you figured it out. You did it. Like I didn't
That's
do shit, but like watch you do it. Like that's awesome. Like that's the best fucking feeling. You're like, yo, dude, you went from this to this. Good job. Like fuck yeah. You
yeah,
know?
the essence, I would say, like, the essence and like probably at the core of the message of what entertainment was to me is finding the entertainment in us as being window tinters, but finding the
Right.
entertainment because it can be entertaining. And that's the whole point of life, really. It's a much deeper message than that. Like the whole point of life is like we all going to end up dead anyways, right? And
Find your
not to
why.
not to be dark about it, but it's about the quality of life, and like the quality of life. So you got to challenge yourself to find the entertainment along the way, to find the joy along in what you do every single day, because that joy that you bring for yourself can be inspiring to the people around you as well. So,
Yep.
but like this year with Tinter Battles going back into the what's going to be the all new Wiz Castle now. The building is the same building as it was last time, but there's a little bit of differences. Like it's going through a lot of major reconstruction on the interior of it in preparation for the event. All of the buildings are now connected, whereas if you remember from 2022, two of them were connected, and you had to go to the
Yeah. Then
outside to
there's
get to the third one.
breezeway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this time it's all connected now. So all of the
Hell
buildings
yeah.
are going to be connected. And it's broken down to like there's a lobby entrance area. Then that middle room is going to be the battleground arena, and the final room is going to be the film trainers arena. But like the battleground arena, dude, I cannot wait. Like I can't wait to see it come to life because it's going to be produced like a legitimate sport event, and we're converting the space into like a studio, like a venue
Hell
studio,
yeah.
as if we're shooting like you're shooting a TV show.
Right.
So a lot of
That's dope.
resources are getting put into the creation of like the aesthetics of the event, the feel of the event, the experience of the event. Unfortunately, like I would love to pack 500 people at this event, but this is a different kind of venue, and a lot of the efforts are being put into reaching an online audience that will far surpass anything we could possibly do in person. So I'm excited really excited for the whole thing. And so yeah, man. And then flagless, we're bringing in two flagless challenges that I've been this past couple of days. We've been experimenting with the simulations here at with the team of Texas Tint Masters, and I've been running through some of these concepts that I had in mind, and I was like, dude, when I started running it through with them, you guys have probably saw one of the videos that we posted recently.
Yeah. The one of them squeegee in the glass, and then the one of them laying the film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to come out with those announcements and the sponsoring companies for those shortly. But those two contests, whenever I was just going through it with them, just between all of us, there's like five of us here at the shop. Just between all five of us, I'm like, this one's going to be a hit. This one's going to be a hit, and I think I finally cracked the code as far as what makes a competition in window tinting interesting versus one that may not necessarily
Right.
like it may not necessarily hit, and also like the world of sports outside of window tinting is also changing too. It's a lot of it runs in correlation with how social media is evolving. Like they're kind of two are parallel. So yeah, it's interesting to say the least.
I
But
like it.
yeah,
I can see the gears turning. Like I
Oh
can see the
yeah, I know,
gears turning,
right?
and it's like you already saw the show happen, but you're just like you got to keep it in. And
Yeah.
dude, I'm so excited. Like I'm so excited for this one. Like every single one, it was exciting. But this one is. It's like every single one of them. It's just going to be different. Like I can't
You
put it
got
any
to
other
think
words.
about it. You got to think about the venues being built for this. So it's like it's not just the stage isn't just being set; it's being constructed. So it's like
Yeah,
it's a whole different ball game, in my opinion.
yeah, it's a different ball game, and like I would give a lot of credit to Eric Devash because when it comes to setting up environments and setting up venues, he's a genius in his own in his own class. Because I would like a lot of what you saw in Tinter Battles 2023. It was a collaboration, but he was the one that brought it to life the way that it came out. And whenever I had shown up, and maybe the day before, I didn't like I knew what I was walking into, but I didn't really know exactly what I was walking into because it's different when you actually see it in front of you. And when I
Right.
started seeing like the staging going up, the huge screens going up, and we started barricading the sides where the cars were inside. I mean, like that evening before the whole thing started was just like this moment of wow, like this thing looks a lot better than I expected.
Dude, when I walked in that night before, like, cause we got in the night before, and we walked in there, and I'm like, yo, cause like it looked like, cause it had like the metal bars around the screen. It looked like
Yeah,
WWE, dude, and the barricades and the banners and the cars in the middle and all the tables. I was like, yo, this is gonna be fun. Oh, this is
yeah,
gonna be a good one.
yeah. And thankfully it was like it was good. And so like this coming year it's a little bit different because the venue's different, and so we had to restructure the show differently this time. Tinter Battles
Right.
23 it was one giant room, so we can put everything in one room and we could run
Yeah.
we could run the show that way. But this time it's three different areas, and so we we tailored the schedule in order to best fit it that way. And I think like I said, we're really excited about what we got planned for that coming up. So
Nice, dude.
sneak peeks. Yeah, man. So yeah, so like, and the other thing is, a lot of the designs that we're putting into to it this coming year are now available for merch. So, this one I'm gonna be releasing this post about this later on, but we have official merch coming out, and that's gonna get released tonight. And I'm gonna have a discount code as soon as I post it out there. So
And what merch is that gonna be?
it's the official Tinter Battles merch.
Nice.
Yeah, shirts and everything, man. But yeah. Johnny, you're
And
going this time, right? You gotta go, bro. Like, you
no,
gotta
yeah,
compete at
yeah,
this thing.
yeah, absolutely, man. We're saving up the pennies now, as we speak, as of right now. That's good, but no, yes, we do want to. I do want to go really bad. And I don't know if you've caught any of the episodes or anything. Like, I'm gonna enjoy it in a different way, and in a different way. Why, I mean, I'm gonna be sober. I've been doing this. I've been, taking this program. I got my 1 month chip.
Where is it?
Oh yeah, nice.
I gave it to my wife. I gave it to my wife. That third,
Hey,
that was mine of showing
dude, that's awesome.
my effort. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's only a month, I know, but to me, it's a big deal. I'm excited
It
for
is, dude.
my 2 months, 3 months, four
Fucking
months.
awesome.
And I'm not gonna lie, like, knowing the environment, I'm a little intimidated.
Yeah.
But I know by then I'll be strong-minded, and again, I'll be able to enjoy the event versus being fucking sloppy drunk
And
all the time.
listen, and nobody tempt my man with no booze.
Oh, no,
I'm
no,
gonna hit
no,
you with a
yeah.
water bottle.
No, yeah. No, I'm gonna be upfront with you. You're gonna offend me. That's it. Like,
All
you're
right.
gonna
Hey,
offend it.
forget about it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I'm not gonna talk to nobody. I really want to go and enjoy the events. Like,
Yeah,
I feel like I've missed out a lot.
right.
I've missed out a lot, and I probably embarrassed myself in the process. But that's what motivates me, man. That's what motivates me for this time. I want to see, and I want to feel it. Not
Yeah.
All
be,
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
whatever.
I'll
Yeah,
just be
Well,
but
a.
look, we got 19 people watching plus us three. That's 20. Okay, now we got 20 plus us three. That's 23 people watching. So if anybody sees Johnny around any drinks, hold him accountable and pull him back. Be like,
yeah,
Johnny,
no,
you're
yeah,
better
yeah,
than
dude.
this.
No, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I would appreciate that a lot. Like, I would be like, nah, bro. Like, if you don't want to talk to me, I'm not gonna get offended.
Grab the
Yeah,
chocolate.
Yeah,
yeah,
Grab
dude.
the
you know.
Just hey,
chocolates.
hey, legit for real though. Like that's good, man. Because then you and I have
Yeah.
talked about like this in the past, and now I always felt like, well, the one thing that if there was one thing that I could say that was holding you back is just like those. We all have our own vices, man. And we're at the ultimately we're our own worst enemy. There's always some type of aspect about each person that's like either you're insecure about something, you don't, just little things. We all have our own little vices, but the one thing I always felt like you had a lot of potential, but you know whatever you believe in, God or the universe, but sometimes when you get gifted with something, there's a balance to it. So
Right.
I always felt like if overcoming that for you, you were going to put yourself in a position where you're going to start maximizing the potential that you really have. So I'm
I agree.
really happy to hear that, dude. It's 1 month in, but 1 month of the rest of your life. Let's put it that way.
No,
Shit.
absolutely, man. Just
Shit.
for anybody who's watching and they want to start the whole sobriety thing, man. Honestly, man, I feel better. Um, I got more in touch with, like you said, my spiritual life, because it's part of the program, and I did it willingly myself, man. I just said, you know what, I'm done. This is have You're right, man. It was really, really holding me back, but now I feel like my body, it's repairing itself. My mental is repairing itself. I remember you telling me, man, how about you start reading books? I was like, whatever, like, books is for the birds, but now, like, everything that we've talked about in the past, like, I've put it into play, like, eating better, the knowledge, man. I've burnt a lot of cells drinking. Now I want to make them back
Right.
somehow, some way. I want to make them back. And for a long time, I've always been cutting out the negativity. I've been a big hypocrite in my whole, this whole time. So
Yep.
now it's like I'm telling myself Like, and I started by telling myself, but somewhere down the line, I just ignored it, and then now, like, I'm finding myself back. So yeah, man. And then this time, it's not just me by myself. I actually am in a group. That group keeps me in line. If I have any questions, any doubts, they're there. I go every day except Sundays and Wednesdays. So it's something that's keeping me in line, and it's like I'm not doing it by myself, and I also have to thank God for it too. Like, first of all, it's God, man. You gotta have, like you say, you have to have a God or a higher power, in order to make this progress, because by yourself you're not gonna do it. But that's it, man. I don't want to put too much on that, but but yeah, man. I don't. If you see me, if there's beer around, I'm probably not going to be around. I'm going to go the opposite direction, or
There you
alcohol.
go.
But yeah, man. And for the people who are watching, man, I would really, really appreciate that. Like, or not have alcohol at the event. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. We're gonna start losing views.
Hey, listen, look, okay.
No, but yeah, man.
Well,
Go ahead.
well, speaking of which, as we did in 2023 and in 2022 and in 2021, like, yeah, this year, 2024, all meals are included with the entry ticket as well. So breakfast, lunch, and dinners are
Yes,
included as well.
Chick-fil-A
Making it
and barbecue.
no, it's more bougier than that.
I'm just kidding.
Nice.
Last year, the
Although
food at Amelia Island was fire, dude. Like, all of
oh
it,
yeah,
so good.
again,
Dude, I ate so
I didn't get
much.
to eat it, so I have to rely on you guys as like
What?
experience. No, man, like it's when you're in the middle of the show, there's no downtime.
Yeah,
I might have had a bite, but I remember going into it. Eric had said that they were going to have an actual pig, like a roasted
yeah,
pig
they
that people
did.
could eat.
It was delicious.
I didn't see it. I only saw it in pictures.
Man, it was so good.
It was gone, I bet.
It
It
was
was in my
so good.
yeah.
Carlos,
So yeah.
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, you're good. No, you're good.
For somebody that's still on the fence, right? If you're someone that's on the fence about going, what would be your advice?
Go to tintertainment.com, click on the menu. There's a Tinter Battles 2023 tab. Click on that page and then go through it. When you go through that page, there is a little button somewhere along the way. When you start scrolling down, it says View Gallery. You can click on those and go through all
Yeah,
the pictures. And it's hundreds of pictures that are up there.
dude,
So if you
you'll
if you want
totally
to
see
see it,
pictures of me.
yeah,
So,
pictures of competitors.
We
The
want people
other
to
one,
go, bro.
the other one would
100%.
be go to Tintertainment on YouTube. So you look up Tintertainment Network on YouTube, and the videos for the competition rounds are going to be up there. The official vlogs that we produced from Tinter Battles 2023, those are going to be up there as well. So look at it, view it, and you know, just take a look at it. That's all I'm going to say.
I
Just
have
take a look
another
at it.
one.
Yeah, go
Just
ahead.
go on Facebook and hit the search bar and type in Tinter Battles, and you just see all the stuff that pops up.
Yep, there you go.
It'll be there.
So out of the education, I mean, sorry, out of the entertainment, there's going to be a lot of education, correct?
Always.
So this is it's something that I've always been pressing. Like, I know it's called Tintertainment. A lot of the stuff is the entertainment is what's made it known. It's what's created the noise. But entertainment with no substance, it doesn't really have much value, because you can have entertainment, but at the end of the day, there's no substance. It's going to die out. Really, what it is education with entertainment sprinkled throughout it. That's really what it is. So when people go there, you go there to learn, and you learn from each other, and you go to see new techniques, and whether they're displayed in the competition or in their training seminars. But without that substance, it doesn't have like a long-term value. So yeah, it's entertainment, but it's education with entertainment sprinkled on it. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
way I'd
and
like
then
to call
also
it.
there's vendors that tell you about their products and stuff like that are also there, educate
Yeah.
you in those aspects too. So
Yeah, like before Tinter Battles 23, I didn't know much about Matico actually. It's Matico too. I didn't know much about them until Marco, had a position in there. And then by the end of 2023, Tinter Battles, everybody knew, established since 1900.
3.
There you go.
Dang, see, I didn't know. I
1903.
didn't go.
Oh,
Dang,
there
I didn't
was
know.
they said it all the time during the whole thing.
Well,
Yeah,
man,
like that's the exciting part for me. I love creative for me. It's like having a Rubik's cube where when you set the parameters and you got to come up with something. It's a Rubik's cube of like twisting it here and then going this way and then doing this, and it's like, all
I
right,
like that.
something. But as you start to kind of experiment more, you start to figure out what that little idea is. And with Matico, I remember whenever they signed on board, I asked them, "What do you guys? What's your message?" And they're like, "Well, we've been around for a long time, so we want to showcase that we've been around for a long time." I was like, "How do I make
Right.
that exciting?" And I kept thinking, "How do I make that exciting?" So when I went, I don't even remember how it came about, but I was just on the mic and I was like, Matico, the clear choice since 1903. And I kept saying that over and over. And I was just like, let me see if they actually can finish the saying. So I said
Right.
1900. And then people started saying three. I'm like, got it.
Yep.
Yeah, it was like one of those little creative puzzles. I'm like, it clicked and boom, it's done. You got it. It hit.
It's kind of one of those things, like you say, but without the guitar thing. Tinter Battles is always going to be something that you're always going to learn it, but you're never master it because it's always going to be
Yeah. Makes
different.
sense. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, like things evolve. So everything, like as things evolve, it's a constant creative challenge. And I don't get excited about doing something that's already been done. I don't. To me, imitation is boring. Like when you imitate, it's just boring, man. It's the exciting part in the throw comes from boom, a new idea. This is gonna work. How is it gonna work? How are you gonna like create it? What's the flow? Like you think of all these little details, and man, you go down in this rabbit hole of a deep thought, and next thing you know, you're like 10 levels down and away from reality because you're in La La
Right.
Land envisioning certain things. So, but it's exciting when it's all starting to come to life, man. It really
Hell yeah.
is. We're
I
So
having
bet.
we're having karaoke night, by the way. A night of entertainment. The last night, the final night.
I'm
You're not
out.
gonna go up there. You're not.
Hey,
yeah.
the only way I'm doing it is if I'm rapping, and that's it.
There you go.
Whoa, that's a challenge.
All right, there you go. Rap battle.
You gotta bring me. I need the recordings or the reporting squeegee's microphone. It's the only
Whoa,
Oh
whoa,
way.
yeah,
whoa, whoa. I
It's the
probably
only
thought
way.
about you just said rap battle.
oh,
I
I got a
mean,
squeegee
Listen,
for you. Hold on.
vinyl rap is part of the industry.
hey man.
Oh, I got this squeegee right here for you.
Oh
Well, yeah,
Jesus,
dude.
fuck.
I've seen you put it into play, and I'm like, I want to see what it does on security film.
How much are they gonna
Um,
actually? Are they gonna produce this now?
no, no, not these. These are
Why not?
probably the cost of it. The cost of producing something like this is like
You
it's
know
a
how
lot.
many people would actually buy that if they just made them
I
one?
know, I know. I told Fusion,
How about
Could I borrow it on a security card that I'm on?
dude. So I've thought about the security aspect. I don't know. Like if I had to guess, I think that I don't know if it would work because it flexes. Now you could probably put
Um,
you can. I'm sure you can probably cut the blade closer to the actual handle, and then you'll put more pressure on it. But it does flex. I will say though, for sure, when it comes to solar film, it is as legit as it comes because we had
yeah,
to
dude?
do. I haven't posted this video. Yeah, I just remembered. We had this. I posted one of the videos where I was using a normal like 8-inch squeegee and I was going pretty. I was trying to go fast. That same window, I did it with the giant squeegee, and it made it so much easier. I was like,
Right?
dude, I swear to God, it was like a cheat code. It's like a cheat code activated, and you're just like these giant
Hey,
passes, dude. Like, oh man, it was. I'm gonna post it once we get
I
off.
mean, instead of 8 inches, you're getting a square foot at a time.
yeah,
Right?
pretty much.
Yeah, man. It's like
You're
it's
getting like
legit.
2 square feet at a time.
Yeah, easy.
It's a little heavy, but once you get used to it,
Let's say,
it's
how
not.
much does that motherfucker weigh, dude? Like 10 pounds?
No, no, it's got to be more like maybe 17 to 20, probably
Dude,
25.
you could do overhead curls with. Just kidding.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's got to be like maybe I would say maybe like closer to 20 pounds. But once you get the hang of it, man, it's like, you get the hang of it, you just start pressing.
Dude, it
But
looks
Hell
like they
yeah.
used to fight in medieval times with that thing, bro.
Fusion's got the other one, so I don't know. Maybe they can get it at Tinter Battles.
Oh,
That's
that'd be
awesome,
nice.
man. That's awesome that they did that for you, man. That fits. You're
Yeah,
gonna have to
that's so
design
cool.
another Texas Squeegee figure now.
Yeah, that's
Every
so
year
cool.
it gets bigger,
Dude, that'd be
bro.
great.
It was crazy the way that they surprised me with it because I had no idea. Like this was in the conversation that we had in Tinter Battles 2021, around that era, that, at the time, whenever I was doing a lot more like, loud Texas Squeegee character, it was more about the extreme of the character that I really enjoyed playing. So I thought, like, just anything extreme, I wanted. Like, I wanted to get my hands on it. And to me, I figured, like, well,
Yeah,
Texas
yeah.
Squeegee, Texas is, everything's bigger in Texas, and so, like, what about the world's biggest, like, usable functional squeegee? And so it was a conversation that Jordan and I had about 2 years ago, and didn't think it was going to come to fruition until I get a message from her at SEMA and said, hey, when you get to SEMA, come to our booth. I have something for you. So I go over to their booth, and Jordan sees me, and then she goes underneath to the, under the counter, and then she comes out with this thing like this. Like, she goes like this, and then as soon as I saw it, I was like I was like a kid,
Dude,
bro.
right?
Like my eyes lit up, and I'm just like, oh my God, like, what is this? And then I got it, and I was like, whoa. And then I grabbed it, and I was like, it's a real squeegee. And I'm like, dude, it's legit. It's sturdy. It's not
Dude, that
janky. It's
thing, I
like,
mean, that
it's
thing's
sturdy.
badass, man.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like it's sturdy thing. This is one of my most prized possessions for sure.
Well,
Looks like a snow shovel.
you
It
know what I
is.
was thinking? Because first you started off with, what's up, everybody? It's Carlos at Texas Squeegee, and I'm back, right?
Oh, I can.
Hey, flip that. Hey, flip that damn thing like
Yeah,
a
try to
rifle,
flip that.
dude.
Jesus
Like,
Christ, man. I mean, I don't know. I can't. I don't think I can do it. Like,
flip it
what's
like a
up, everybody?
rifle,
It's the
dude.
Texas Squeegee. Back.
Whoa, we got it.
Yes!
All right.
All
Nailed
right.
it. First try, dude.
I didn't
Hell
know I could do
yeah.
that. I didn't know I could do
Yeah.
that. So that's
I
why.
didn't mean
Dude,
to put you on the
first
spot.
try.
It was just a funny idea I had.
Dude,
I was like,
first try.
and it's also it's awesome seeing your growth as well from the from Granite's Road
Oh
to
yeah.
now, bro. It's like, damn, bro. Like, you've evolved mentally, you've evolved physically, and then now you're squeegee evolved.
Right?
Right.
Dude, that's like
And
a 8-inch Ada Mario mushroom, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm gonna have to do. This is gonna be a feature of Squeegee Battles for sure. It's gonna be at the event, so I really want to take it because a lot of people were. The number one question whenever I had it over at SEMA is like, can you actually use it? And so as soon as I got back home, I took it on this yacht boat that we had to go do. And I started squeegeeing, and I was surprised how well it did, because the first passes I went with this one, and then I took the real one and I went after it. And when you go with the second pass, you could see it.
right,
You could see all the water that was left from the first one.
right.
Dude, this thing did a really good job with it. I was like, holy
There we
crap,
go.
this actually works. No, and like, I'm serious. Like, when it
You
comes
gotta
to doing
compete at
like these,
WSCT now.
when it comes to like these giant, 9 foot, 10 foot tall windows, this for sure, I'm taking this from now on, because this past job that we did, that was those kind of tall windows. Like, it made a significant difference in
That's all,
the
man.
yeah, and the time and everything like that. So I said, I'm gonna post that after we get off.
Great, man. Great. Anything else you want to share, Carlos, before we get off, or before the final thought?
Shoot, man. Honestly, the tickets are still available. This is one thing for sure. The event will sell out, and once the tickets sell out, there's no more. Like, there's no more like, oh, begging to get in. It's like, no, man. Like, we have to keep it contained within a certain, so that everybody has a maximum value. Because once you start putting too many people in, and then it's just, it gets a little too crowded sometimes. So we're going to be restricting it. So tickets are still available on tintertainment.com.
I gotta get
I
mine.
will drop a hint, and that this year we definitely have a virtual style tournament that we're going to roll out, and those who participate and end up winning will have their entries like covered.
Oh, dope.
So,
What?
Do we have to have VRs?
We're gonna be tinning in the meta, bro.
Hold
No,
on, let me
oh
get
my
my
God, I
headset.
can already hear Pete, bro. Oh my God.
Yo, so I did want to bring awareness to something, and you guys should probably remember, like, there was a group that was called Window Tint Entertainment that was
Yep.
there, that was created but didn't really go anywhere, and then it just became like a spam group, and it was what it was. Well, the Texas Squeegee went in with the squeegee, and I shoveled all that crap out of there, and I revamped it and rebranded it to Window Tint Competitions. The intention of this group, it's a public group, so anybody can participate in it so long as they're not spammers. And now this group is going to be I'm more strict on the type of content that's going to be displayed here, because I don't want spams on it. I don't want anything. I want this to respect the integrity, the art, and the sport of window tinting. So there's a ton of there's a ton of people that were just asking, how can I join? How can I participate? So the intention of this group is to showcase literally like the best tinters in the world. And I'm on this mission like now with Tinter Battles, and now that we have these growing audiences, and my awareness for like what's really out there outside of the window tint communities, it's not just like the traditional people that go to these, like, you know, the WFCTs, the WFRs, the Tinter Battles. Like, there's a whole ocean's worth of other tinters out there that we have no idea that even exists, and they have no idea that we exist. And so, you know, the intention with this group is to have a platform where people can showcase their skill and talents. I want to create challenges. I want people to time their heat shrings. I want people to do that sort of stuff, because they, you know, like, it's just, there's so much out there. And like these past couple of weeks and putting out the content and seeing the conversations that are happening in the comment section, like, really opened my mind to, whoa, like, there's a lot more out there that have no idea that window tint competitions exist, that they're now starting to become aware of it. So this is a platform that is hopefully going to give them a spotlight for them to showcase that. And that's one of the groups where we do intend on using as a virtual tournament for those that want to get into Tinter Battles, because I really want the best tinters to compete. I want the absolute best skilled tinters to compete at the Tinter Battles.
Shit.
Yeah. It was good. It was a good idea, Shady.
It was nice knowing y'all.
Yeah.
Ref.
Yeah.
Can I be a ref or something now?
Yeah.
Ref.
No, well, you know how we end the show, man. Your final thought, bro. Some advice, some spiritual guidance.
Do you have an awesome quote you've been listening to over and over? You usually have really spot on quotes, just saying.
It's just like, I mean, there's so many. It just comes down to the situation, but like, one of my favorite ones that I like to think about is, it's either one day or day one. And when you were talking about, like, you know, you stopped drinking, something that you've been wanting to do, like, one day I'll stop. And it's like, well, it's either one day or day one, but it's up to you. Yeah, and either one day is one day in the future, or day one starts today. So
yeah,
I like that.
I think I could leave with that one.
That's awesome, dude.
That's
that
a
one
banger.
That was
a banger.
That was. Well, before we end off the show, guys, well, I want to, you know, we got a couple people in here. Guys, before you fall asleep, or maybe this after the podcast, man, say a little prayer for the two tenders that we lost in Ohio. That news just broke my heart. I know one of his name was Jaime Bravo, and you know, prayers and thoughts go out to their families. And I'm not 100% sure what the other tender's name was, but I know there was a shop in Ohio. They were taken away from us, man. So whenever you get a chance, guys, you know, have them in your prayers, guys. And if I said the state wrong, it could have been Idaho. I'm sorry. I only glanced at it ahead of time, but my heart was still broken, because it's one of us. Yeah. It's one of us window tenders that, man, this can happen any day, man. And under the circumstance. So guys, I know we like to work late. Just make sure that, you know, you lock your doors. Don't take in that extra vehicle, you know, make sure that you guys, you know, set up security cameras, or, you know, you know, but yeah, man, guys, just have them in your prayers. Their family are about to go through rough times, and it's terrible, man. It's terrible to hear news. I mean, these things can happen to anyone, you know.
That what you said right there, it's actually been something that that might be more or less kind of what I really wanted to say, was about, you never know when it's going to be the last time you're going to see somebody. There's a saying that I had seen a while back, and that was something to reflect on. And you think back to your childhood friends, and at one point you guys were all together for the last time and nobody really knew it. And that happens all the time in life. And I've always been a believer that you are living in the good old days of tomorrow. So enjoy today, and enjoy the people, and enjoy the relationships that you have, because you never No, dude. Every single day that you wake up is one day less of your life, and you never know where is the end point, and you just never know. So whether it's how you deal with conflict with people or how you go about things, always keep in mind that it could be the last time. So enjoy it while it lasts,
Yep.
because
No,
Feel
stuff
that.
like that happens, man. It's sad. It's really really sad.
yeah, man. Well, guys, thank you for the stars. We really appreciate them. Thank you for the
Yes,
comments.
for
Thank you,
sure.
Carlos, mostly for being on the show, man. It's always a blast having you on. Um, as a person and as Texas Squeegee or
Yeah,
whoever we're talking to right now, but
right. And thanks
it's
for all
awesome.
the info as well on
Yeah,
Tinter
the
Battles,
information
because
was yeah. I think we've answered a lot of questions that people may have that we know we're gonna get something out of it. It's gonna be fun and it's still anybody's game. You know what I mean? That's what I
right.
like about it. So guys, again, thank you. Thank you for everybody in the comments. I'm gonna shut it down. Have a good night, guys.
See
See
ya.
you, everybody.